kids. It's time for church at home. I'm so excited for another Sunday. I'm excited. Epic Eric, what's going on? What's going on?
Not in a good mood.
I can tell. What happened?
I lost the slam dunk competition.
The slam dunk competition.
Yeah, it's a big one in Spain.
In Spain?
Yeah, you know my 40-day trip? Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
in Spain I had a huge slam dunk competition and I lost to my arch nemesis, Billy Bob Joel.
And you're good though. You're good at it. You were
I'm
doing
the
your
best
best.
at it. I'm the best at it.
What
I
happened?
had the craziest dunk, a 1080 McDougal-Madougal. It was the craziest dunk you could ever see in the whole wide world. I had it in the bag. But the judges saw differently. The judges thought Billy Bob Joel was better than mine.
They do.
I'm still mad.
I believe that.
I was better. And now our rivalry continues. I will forever want to beat Billy Bob Joel.
Hey. Maybe you just didn't have as high as him.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
I should have thought I had it though.
Maybe when you fell on the floor, they didn't like that part.
Yeah, maybe.
They didn't like that
Maybe I
part.
should have made the basket too.
Maybe. So sometimes judges, that's what judging's all about, right? There's
Yes.
different perspectives. The judges have to look at so many different things. So many things that you're doing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There's always going to be those different perspectives. And you know what? We're going to be learning about that today in our Bible story.
Yeah.
We're going right to the book of Numbers. We're going to be learning about spies.
Spies?
Right. Moses sent in spies. And there's going to be different perspectives. They're going to come out with two different perspectives. There's going to be a perspective about worrying and upset and trusting. You got to trust that what they decided was the best. We're going to learn how to trust what God says is the best. We can put our trust in God always, in everything that we do.
Wow.
So even though that didn't quite turn out the way you thought it should, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't quite what you were training for, maybe.
It sounds like I could really use this message.
Right. And maybe you just work on it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't do so many, mix-ups and mishaps. You just get out there, you do your best.
Yeah. Well, I certainly did my best. Well, next time, I'm going to beat Billy Bob Joel. I'm coming for you.
All right, good. Well, let's, right now, remember that, kids. Remember our big idea for the day. I can trust God. You don't have to worry. We can trust in God. So now we're going to move on to some worship. I want you to stand to your feet and get ready to praise the Lord.
Nothing can separate, even if I ran away. Your love never fails. I know I still make mistakes, but you have new mercy for me every day.
worshiping today. I hope you guys had a great time. So I want to talk to you a little bit about something that we all have in common. We all have these, right? We all have eyes to see. But did you know that we all see things just a little bit differently? What your friend sees one way, you may see a totally different way. And our Bible story today talks all about that. So we're going to go into the book of Numbers. Now this is long. It's Numbers chapter 13 verse 2 all the way through Numbers chapter 14 verse 9. But we're not going to read all of that right here. That's something you can do with your mom and your dad. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what happened in those stories. So God's people had come to the edge of the Promised Land. And they were just waiting to see what was going to happen next, because God had promised them that this land was going to be theirs. Moses picked 12 people, one to represent each of the tribes of Israel, to go into the Promised Land, to sneak over there and see what was so special and what was going on about this land. Some of the questions he asked we can find in chapter 13. So he tells them, find out if the people who live there are strong or weak. Is the land good or bad? Is it walled or unwalled? How do they live? And bring back some of the fruit from the land. So the 12 spies marched off into Canaan to do their jobs. They found out what the land was like. They gathered fruit like grapes and pomegranates, and they brought it back to the people. Then they stood before Moses and they gave them their full report. Now, 10 of the spies looked at the land one way. Can everybody see what I have in my hand? I have a magnifying glass. Now we use these so that we can look up close at things that we can't see with just our eye. Now on here I have the word worry. And that's because 10 of these spies were looking at the Promised Land through a lens of worry. They said the people are too big. They're giants. The land is too massive. They're walls. We're never going to be able to get in there. But Caleb and Joshua looked at the situation totally different. They looked at it through a lens of trust. They trusted God. If God said that that land was going to be theirs, it didn't matter what the people looked like. It didn't matter whether it was walled or unwalled. They trusted what God had told them. They knew that God would take care of them. And just like Caleb and Joshua, I can trust God. And you know what? You can trust God too.
Well, hey there, Yellow Chicken Nuggets. It's me, Carl, and welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Introducing your host, Carl. And your co-host, Cassie. Where we learn, where we grow, and we talk about Jesus. Once again, welcome to Grow TV.
As y'all know, our theme this month is epic. And today, we have an epic show because I have a couple of surprises for Cassie. You see, I got some silly pranks and some tricks for Cassie, and I want y'all to watch and enjoy. So first, I have 2 glasses of milk. One glass, my glass, is just gonna be filled with normal milk from a cow. Just normal milk, nothing wrong with it. But Cassie's, hers is gonna have a whole bottle of honey in it. Honey. This week's study mentions the land of milk and honey, so I figured it'd be kind of amusing to add a little sweet, sticky honey to Cassie's milk. She'll never see it coming. My next trick will involve this envelope, labeled Cassie. Inside this envelope is just a bunch of feathers from a bird. When Cassie opens the envelope, bird feathers will fly everywhere, and it will be funny. I do have some more pranks, but we'll see how these go first. But she should be here any second, so to start off, I'm gonna pretend to sleep. When she comes in, I won't be asleep, and I'll scare her. Watch this.
What you doing? How's it going?
Good.
Were you trying to scare me?
Cassie, I would never, ever do anything to surprise you or scare you.
So did you read this week's Bible story?
I sure did, and it was totally epic.
Right? What was your favorite part?
I thought it was real cool how God led them to the Promiseland, you know, the land of milk and honey.
That was super awesome. I thought it was pretty neat how they sent in the 12 spies to go in and learn more about the Promised Land.
Yep, and to celebrate this cool story, I thought it'd be fitting to enjoy this special drink.
What is it?
Just milk.
Well, you said special drink, so...
Well, I mean, special story calls for a special drink.
Okay, do you have a straw? I like to drink my milk out of straws.
Yeah, I think I might have a straw somewhere around here. No, I actually don't have a straw.
Oh, it's all right. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it will be. Well, bottoms up. Oh! That is sticky and sweet. This is awful. What happened?
I knew you were up to something. I had to switch them.
What? Man, that stinks.
That's all right. How did it taste?
Nasty. Just really weird. Speaking of weird, I have something for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, it's an envelope, and it has your name on it.
Huh. Where'd you find it?
Well, I found it at the Vroom Vroom juice store downtown, past the Chick-fil-A.
Vroom Vroom juice store? You mean the gas station?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Okay, that's weird. I can't seem to get it open.
Just rip it open, Cassie.
I mean, it's covered in tape.
You just gotta pull it hard. It'll open.
I can't. I'll just open it later.
Hey, just give me the thing, Cassie. It was really easy to open it, Cassie. Really easy.
Those feathers?
Yes, from a bird.
Okay, weird. Do you want something to clean it up with?
I don't think so. You're probably just gonna trick me with it.
It wasn't a trick. I was just helping you.
Well, I don't trust you now. All my tricks ended up just tricking myself.
So you don't trust me?
I don't think so.
You sound like the 10 spies.
Who?
The 12 spies from the story. Moses sent 12 spies out to look around, bring back fruit, and report what they found.
So what does this have to do with not trusting?
Well, when the spies came back, 10 of them were really intimidated and worried, even though God had promised them the land.
Well, what about the other two?
Caleb and Joshua? Well, they said they should take the land that God had promised them. That God had been faithful every time before, so they should trust that God is faithful now.
Well, what did the others say, Joshua and Caleb?
They argued.
Why?
They didn't trust God, just like you don't trust me now.
Man, that's rough. Well, I do trust you now. I was just trying to have some fun.
And if it makes you feel any better, I had fun.
Yeah, me too. I guess I can trust you again.
I trust you too, Carl. And I think today we learned we can trust God too.
Yeah, I can trust God.
Wait a minute, is that our...
Big idea! That's right, you little chicken nuggets. Today's big idea is I can trust God. So on the count of 3, let's all say it together. 1,
2,
3. I can trust God! Huzzah! Way to go, kiddos. Sure did have fun with y'all today. I'm gonna go to the doctor though because I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to birds and their feathers. Also, do not try any of these pranks at home because if you're like me, you'll find out that you are in fact allergic to feathers from birds and your throat is very itchy. Bye.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Yeah! Woo!
Hey, welcome back, friends. Great to see you.
Yeah,
And you?
Jen, I feel so much better now. So much better. I needed that message.
Did you love that?
I sure
love
did.
that.
My perspective has completely changed.
2 perspectives. Remember that, Epic Eric.
What a story.
In every situation you face, everything, you have a choice.
Okay.
You're going to see it from perspective of worry
Right,
or
right.
fear, and you're going to see the perspective of, I can trust God.
Yeah,
I can trust Him
that's
in
why I
everything.
want to be there.
Good. And you are.
Thanks.
You are.
I'm trying.
Good.
Yeah, I can trust God. I can trust His word. I feel great.
Good.
Yeah.
So friends, I hope that you enjoyed that lesson as much as Epic Eric did.
Sure
right?
did.
Good.
Sure.
So we're gonna finish out. We're just gonna have some discussion questions come up on the screen. Just enjoy those, talk about those with your family, and have a great week ahead.
Yeah, have a great week.